I was watching the drama that was going on with YMS and the takedown hit piece, the expose videos on him. And I was pretty disturbed by what I saw, bro. And if it couldn't get even worse, well, because Rob's Media made a video exposing YMS. YMS got so ass mad, okay, that he had to stop from his douchey movie review festival, whatever the hell he was doing out there, to leave a comment, an angry comment section. It was literally like a book. And that situation was so crazy. Nicholas DeOrio covered it. And then Nickandros, the guy who exposed Mudahar, made a video talking about Adam and his most disgusting comments that he made about his opinions on, I guess, zoo and relations with animals. I just have to watch it. I just have to document this because it's just so gross. But yeah, I don't know how much I'm gonna watch of it, but as much. It's so bad. Not his video. His video was good because it highlights how much of a psychopath Adam is. But yeah, let's just watch it because it's bad. Okay.
Welcome, I'm Nickandros. If you're wondering where that big video is that I've been hyping up, I'll talk about that later. Rob's Media released a video recently showing a bunch of instances where Your Movie Sucks, YMS, or Adam, has criticized laws criminalizing zoophilia. According to Adam, people shouldn't go to jail for engaging in what he calls non-abusive sexual contact with animals.
Here we go, already. We're not even a minute in. Hop out now if you're already scared, because I will tell you, I should have hopped out when I was first watching this shit. It only gets worse from here.
And he reiterated the stance in his response to Rob's video.
And my position has always been that even though I would like it not to happen, even though I don't like that thing, I have no interest in it, and I would prefer if other people don't do it. If you give me a world, where no people are doing that versus a world where people are doing that, I would choose the world where no people are doing that, right? That's always been my position. However, I do find it stupid that many of our legal policies regarding this issue are not based on the welfare of the animal.
He brings up how humans regularly make sexual contact with animals, not for pleasure, but for the purpose of breeding them as part of animal husbandry or agriculture.
If somebody is doing it but...
Okay, sorry, I had to say something here. Our laws aren't made with the welfare of the animal in mind. Okay, so if you don't know, Adam is basically lying here when he says that, he's lying by omission. So what he'll tell you is that he doesn't want to live in a world, or he wants to live in a world where bestiality isn't a thing. If you had to make him choose one or the other, where it is a thing and where it isn't a thing, he'd choose the world where it isn't a thing. What he doesn't tell you is what should happen to the guy or to the individual who has sexual relations with an animal. If you ask him, hey, should that person go to jail? YMS is going to say no. And that's what everybody's hyper focused on. And Adam took this opportunity to then say everyone's getting emotional, everyone's blowing this out of proportion. But no, this is a sick, disgusting thing that he believes in. Now, in the comments section of Rob's video, the original video, he goes off and he criticizes him for some minute details that Rob didn't get right. But the biggest part of his video that he criticized was apparently, he says that he had to type this out, which hurts his hand. And also, he accuses Rob multiple times in his comment. He says that he is a groomer. Like he was showing porn to minors. This did not happen. I watched the video. What Rob was doing was trying to highlight how much of a freak this guy is, that he even has his own, when he's talking about bestiality and zoophilia, it is so weird and perverse and it sounds so gross. And on top of that, he has his own porn website.
Has a different thought in their head. If that's not their thought, but their thought is instead, oh, this is hot, or whatever, people believe that person should be in jail. Which, if you believe that, that's fine, but just admit that you want them to be in jail for a thought crime.
I like how he says it like, oh, if you want him to be in jail for wanting to have sex with an animal, that's fine or whatever. But just admit that it's a thought crime. It's like, just admit. What do you mean, just admit? Having a normal opinion that, yeah, if you want to have relations with an animal, like, you're a freak? What is there to admit here?
Right? You want them to be in jail because of what was happening in their brain, not because of the welfare of the animal, right?
Actually, no. I want them in jail if they touch a dog like that. If they have sex with the dog, like, yeah, no, I want them in jail for that. Is that a controversial opinion? Oh, it's a thought crime. This isn't 1984, Adam. This is not Big Brother, okay? This is not the government trying to take your rights away, okay? Oh, thought crimes, you know? You don't have the approved opinions.
If it was because of the welfare of the animal, then you would also believe that other people should be in jail for doing the same thing. Again, not even considering the meat industry. Not even considering that.
So his stance has always been that he's against zoophilia and bestiality. But didn't he say that animals can consent to sex with humans?
People have asked me, how is it possible for an animal to consent to a human being?
They can't. They can't. Right, you're going to say that, right, Adam?
My answer was the same way it consents to another animal.
Oh my God. Hell no. Bro was given a layup. And he fumbled that shit so hard. An animal cannot consent. No. Why is this a conversation? By the way, when Adam tried to defend himself in his comment, he mentioned, and I'm not going to say word for word, but he mentioned that, like, oh, like, he likes to have these fascinating conversations and that like, it's an intellectual thing. Like something like, he also tried to imply that people are afraid of having difficult conversations, that he's the only one. It's like, no, why is this a conversation that has to be had? Why? It's not a conversation that has to be had, actually.
People have interpreted that as me saying animals want to have sex with human beings and therefore it's all good or whatever. People have interpreted that as me saying all actions, you know, sexually towards animals are permissible because of that. That is not my position. Things that are a part of our common knowledge in pop culture, like America's Funniest Home Videos, right? There'll be a clip of like, oh, a woman fell down a hill, and then the dog just starts humping her. And so my response is the dog not consenting to some sort of sexual act by doing a sexual act on the human, right?
By the way, I saw this. I think it was in Rob's comment section or Nickandros' comment section, but someone was like, yeah, I work at a vet. That's not what the dog means when they do that to you. So expert veterinarian Adam over here is going to be trying to moralize to us. How dare we have a problem with people who want to fuck animals? And then he's like, oh, well, if a dog humps a person's leg, that boom, strike one for evidence right there.
Right? Sure, it's not informed consent, right? And that doesn't mean, oh, dog's humping you, therefore you can do something else to it. I never said that. It's not informed consent. It's not my standard for consent, but it seems possible, right? It seems like they have their own version.
Actually, no, it doesn't seem possible. No. By the way, I'm just going to mention as a side tangent, but people are pointing out that, like, Adam is putting on nails to kind of deflect and be like, oh, I'm pro the LGBTQ community. I'm queer. I'm from the queer community, and you're going after me for being an autistic. Oh my gosh. I wish I had talked about this at the time. But Adam was like, you're going after a guy who's likely autistic. Likely autistic. So we don't know if he's autistic. He's just saying that shit just so he could pull out the victim status card. And then he also says at some point, I don't know if it's in the video, but he's like, you're going after someone for being weird, for having kink, you're kink shaming, and you're going after someone who's a queer furry. It's like, oh, okay, now I see what's going on here. So you're pulling out all the victim cards. You're literally trying to cash them in. You couldn't cash your chips fast enough to try to protect yourself.
So animals can consent to sex with humans, but merely being able to consent isn't enough. The animal would need to be able to give informed consent, which they can't, and so therefore Adam finds zoophilia immoral. But he questions why artificial insemination, etc. is illegal, but bestiality that doesn't harm the animal is criminal. There's many angles from which you can criticize Adam's deep philosophical thinking here. In the case of Rob's media...
And I will say this about Nickandros. I am so surprised. When I read his comment section, he actually goes toe-to-toe with YMS, because YMS tried to pull out all the stops. And one of his tactics is either saying, I didn't articulate myself properly at the time, or or saying, you don't understand what I'm saying. Those are his only two options. He's constantly done this throughout this entire drama. Like, oh, you don't get what I'm saying. Or like, oh, you're being willfully ignorant. It's like, no, it's not. And Nickandros perfectly countered him at every point. And I was so happy to see that, because there was a point that I was losing my mind. And not because I was like, oh, starting to be converted to his side. No. I was like, this is madness. This is absolute madness. And thank you, Nickandros, for being the nerd in this situation, calmly arguing your points. To me, it's simple. No, we shouldn't have these conversations. And as soon as you tell me this, you start talking to me about this, like, I'm like, stop. Just stop.
Yeah, he compared Adam to Vosh, since Vosh liked to debate the ethics of pedophilia before it was revealed that he had Lolly on his computer, and more recently it came out that he had tried to groom a minor in 2017. So Rob is suspecting that Adam is secretly a zoophile or pro-zoophilia behind the scenes. But Adam claims that's not the case at all.
I don't know how to say this to convey how, like, there is a red line. There is a line you don't cross. But there's also like a zone that no matter how you get close to the line, it doesn't matter that you didn't cross it. At some point, like, people are going to, whether it's objective or subjective, people are going to make judgment calls if you're in the zone. And the fact that you're like, oh, well, I'm not a zoophile. I don't want to have sex with dogs or animals. But like, you're arguing for stuff about this. It's like you're trying to, it's almost like you're trying to see how close to the line you can get to it without going over the line. And the thing is, to me, it's already a lost cause. Like, if you're already trying to get this close to talking about this ideas, it's like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, for me, how do I put this? If it turns out that Adam, and like in the future, we find out that, like, and I'm not making this accusation, I'm not saying this happened, that I know this happened, I'm not saying that. But if in the future, if it comes out that, Adam did molest a dog or something, if something like that were to ever come out, are you telling me you would actually be surprised? Is what I'm trying to say. Like, would you be surprised? No one would be surprised. And I feel like Adam is acting like he doesn't understand why people are surprised. It's the pseudo-intellectual's like curse. It's like, I'm too smart for people. I'm too smart for my own good. Nobody understands me. It's like, shut up.
He's never held that position. So, is Adam like Vosh? Is he a zoophile or a zoophilia supporter? He says he isn't, but I think Adam is in denial. I think he's suffering from repressed memories. I found this old videotape which I thought was interesting. Let's check it out.
I'm not a support of animal rape.
Bruh. I'm sorry. Thanks for letting us know. Thumbs up, good, I guess.
I'm a support of consensual supporter of consensual zoophilia. I don't.
Lord Almighty. Somebody help this man. Look what he just said.
Supporter of consensual zoophilia.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, it gets worse from this point.
I don't encourage it. I'm not going to convince someone to try it. I've never tried it.
Huh?
I don't intend on ever trying it.
Is it just me? Or is it someone, whenever someone says, I don't intend on doing X, it's like, well, you're leaving yourself a loophole, because if you end up doing that, you were like, well, I said I wasn't intending on doing it, but I did it anyway. Ooh, look where we ended up, huh? Oh, I guess I said I wasn't intending on doing it. Oh, man, I guess it ended up happening in the end, huh? What a crazy world. I'm not convinced that he wouldn't. I'm not.
But I recognize that people exist that will live their whole lives with an urge to do something like that.
Who cares? I recognize that people like this exist. Who cares? Put him in the West Wing of the asylum, okay? Put him next to the Joker. Put him next to fucking Killer Croc. Put him next to fucking Scarecrow. I don't care, bro. Who the fuck cares?
Meanwhile, while every other person on the planet gets to fulfill their eternal psychological, emotionally / physically driven urges.
Huh?
These other people on the planet that are attracted to the wrong thing somehow aren't able to do that, despite
oh no,
it not harming animals in any way that they wouldn't be harmed through any other non-sexual activity. You know?
What the fuck? So this guy was like, yeah, everyone gets to explore themselves, and it just sucks that these like animal fuckers, they just never get to do that because it's just deemed wrong, man. It's like, damn, they get left out. Are you fucking serious here? Like, Who gives a shit?
10 years ago, he identified himself as a zoophilia supporter, and he portrayed zoophiles as victims of societal injustice. I'm going to give him some mercy. This video is from 10 years ago,
No
but no
mercy.
matter what, he's lied to his audience. He either lied about never having supported zoophilia, or he's lying right now, and he actually does still support it, but he's simply learned to hide his true beliefs. What about his stance on animals' capacity for consent?
To suggest that there's no such thing as consensual human/animal sex is to be the most naive person on the fucking planet.
What the fuck? By the way, Adam defends this by saying, like, he in current day defends saying this by saying that, oh, he was drunk when he was doing this, so you can't basically hold me to like, oh, well, I don't believe in that anymore because I was drunk when I said it. Number one, I don't drink, and this is not a flex. I'm just stating I don't drink, so I don't know what it's like to say things when you're in a drunken state or whatever, when you've had too much to drink. But I would imagine if I am in a state where I'm kind of a little loose, I would imagine most normal people would not say this. Like, this is not the first thing that's coming to the mind. It's like, hey, I took a couple of Coors Lights here, Miller Lights here. You know what? It sucks that dudes can't fuck a dog, bro. Has that ever occurred in humanity ever?
To suggest that there's no such thing as consensual human/animal sex is to be the most naive person on the fucking planet.
The most naive person on the effing planet. So let me get this straight. Not only are you trying to defend yourself by saying, oh, I was drunk, but the thing is, you argue for this, and then you say in the affirmative, like, what kind of person would be against it? Well, only the most naive people on the fucking planet. So you're going all the way saying, like, oh, you have to be stupid to think that this is wrong. That it can't happen. It's like, yeah, that doesn't help your case there, bud.
Dogs try to hump your fucking leg.
Huh? Who?
Dogs try to hump your fucking leg. That's all the evidence I need.
Case closed, bro, because YMS said it. Freaking movie reviewer of our time, the greatest of our time. Hey, it's super easy. How does a theory work? How does a thesis work? How is a calculation made, right? So if you take a dog and you take your leg and then he, like, I don't know, scratches his neck on it, like, or he humps your leg, boom. Consent, like, let's make this happen, like, get a room. That's what he said. That's all his evidence, Your Honor. But he was humping my leg. Does this guy really think that holds up?
I don't have to have sex with an animal to know that animals don't have the same type of reservations that human beings do when it comes to sex.
No, like, if you're afraid of sharks, you don't have to go to a fucking ocean to know that you're not afraid of sharks. I don't think you can just say, oh, I haven't had sex with a dog, but I don't even have to have one to know that dogs want to have sex. It's like, I'm saying that's so weird. That is so weird that you're saying that, oh, I know for a fact, and I don't even have to prove it. It's like, were you going to? Like,
Feels good, they're probably okay with it. If they try to bite you or run away, that's probably a sign that they're not okay with it.
This is a caveman argument. Me eat rock. It feel good. Me like. Isn't this guy like a raging atheist? Like a Reddit atheist? Isn't this the type of guy who would mock Christians or like any religion because they believe in a so-called spaghetti monster or a sky daddy? And they think people like that are uneducated and they're like, oh, they're so simplistic. They don't think for themselves. They don't use logic and reason. This is his logic and reason? Hello?
So the argument that, oh, you can't tell if it's consenting or not, even though it's clearly enjoying itself.
Clearly enjoying itself. Really, bud? Clearly enjoying itself. Oh my gosh, this is so bad.
Okay. Such bullshit.
Okay? Don't okay me, bro. I okay you, bro. The audacity, bro.
Believe people. I can't believe
really?
how much of society is just dictated by people saying, I don't like it, or ick, that's gross, or they're not a part of my tribe.
Yeah, how dare us, bro? How dare us say, oh, our peasant plebeian minds think, oh man, this is gross. Dude, like getting it off with a dog? Dude, that's just so icky, bro. Like, yeah, how dare us think that's morally wrong? Forgive me, bro.
It's disgusting to me. It's disgusting to me.
It's disgusting. He says it. He declares it. It's been declared. It's been decreed. He decreed it. It's disgusting to him. Right.
Sex is not nearly as disgusting as the mentality
that discriminates against people who have never abused animals that are attracted to animals.
I'd like to point out that this is not a live stream VOD, it is a highlight. He thought he was really spitting here.
I'm sure if somebody was having sex with an animal and they were enjoying it and they got caught, I'm sure they would be able to prove that the animal's enjoying it in court. If they're allowed to just do it and record it again or something, I'm sure they'd be able to prove it if that's what they're doing.
So wait. So he thinks that if a dude goes to court, it's like, Your Honor, but I have videotape of it happening. You think the judge is gonna be like, oh, you do, sir? Let's view the tape. Let's review the tape. Point made. Okay, set this man free. Set this man free. He's clearly been defamed. Bitch! You know what they'd do if that were to ever happen? They would throw your ass in jail immediately. They'd say, nope, get this guy out. Go. My lunch is ruined. My appetite is gone. Get him out.
If somebody's abusing an animal and having sex with it, I am not in favor of that. But I'm just not naive enough to believe that there's no such thing as an animal that can enjoy having sex with a human being. They're just horny fucking animals. They don't give a shit. They don't have sex and then go, oh, I wonder what he thought about me, or am I really with the right person, or is this what I want to do with my life, or...
Brother, what are you saying? Oh man, this is... It's so infuriating. I feel this sinking feeling in my soul. Like humanity, bro. Humanity. Oh my gosh.
Any of the other human psychologically repressed reservations that we have, animals don't do that. They don't think that far. They just want to ejaculate. That's all they want to do.
Stupid. So what did you think that, hey, if animals don't think that far and we have a higher form of intelligence, since we can discern from right or wrong, would it not be in our best interest to not abuse animals who can't? Does that a thought ever occur to him? No, apparently his opinion is, well, it should be okay to dominate.
So in the past he believed that a human standard of consent doesn't apply to animals. Not just that, but he claims there's no evidence that consensual human-animal interactions are psychologically harmful to the animal.
If we gave a shit about animals being psychologically affected, even though, A, there's no evidence to suggest that they would be negatively psychologically affected by consensual, enjoyable sex.
Bro at the family function wondering why no one wants to talk to him.
About animals being psychologically affected, even though, A,
I like how his standard is, oh, if we really gave a shit about animals, we would allow people to fuck them in the ass. I don't know how he arrived at that conclusion. I don't want to find out, really. I don't. I hate this argument like, oh, if you really cared, you would have done X. It's like, no. I don't have to touch Fido to like prove that I care about him.
there's no evidence to suggest that they would be negatively psychologically affected by consensual, enjoyable sex. Even if there were, you don't put people in jail for leaving a dog in a kennel when it doesn't want to be in a kennel. You don't put people in jail for feeding an animal the same food over and over again its
What is blood yapping about?
entire life. You don't put people in jail for leaving a dog in your back porch with
What?
nowhere to go to the bathroom. Leave it there for like 8 hours while you're gone to work, come back, and once you see that it pissed itself because it had nowhere to go, then you rub their fucking nose in their piss. You don't put people in jail for that, so you shouldn't put people in jail for sucking.
Wait. What was he gonna say?
You don't put people in jail for that, so you shouldn't put people in jail
for sucking a dog's dick.
Bitch. No. I was gonna say, are you equivocating? Equivocate, is that the right word? Are you saying having sex with dogs is on the same level of feeding it the same food every day? Is this guy retarded? I say, you shouldn't what?
pissed itself because it had nowhere to go, then you rub their fucking nose in their piss. You don't put people in jail for that, so you shouldn't put people in jail for sucking a dog's dick. Seriously, the world...
Seriously. Not only did he say you shouldn't put people in jail for sucking a dog's dick, he says, how bad? Seriously. Seriously, bro. Also, I like right here. So this was something that I noticed. Like, look at how emphatic he sounds when he's saying this, or like how the emphasis.
8 hours while you're gone to work, come back, and once you see that it pissed itself because it had nowhere to go, then you rub their fucking nose in their piss. You don't put people in jail for that, so
You don't put people in jail for that. So he's like getting so dramatic, and he's like on his high horse. This is the peak of his argument. It's like, you don't put people in jail for that, huh? You're such a hypocrite. All you hypocrites and your standards, okay? And you don't even live up to them. You just want to impose yourself on the other people, huh? And then this is what he says next.
shouldn't put people in jail for sucking a dog's dick.
What? What? Oh no! I'm repeating myself again, but when I tell you it doesn't get better from here, it does not get better from here. It is. In fact, I'm done. I'm done.
Seriously, the world is fucked up. The world is so fucked up. We eat and kill animals. We are discriminating against.
Yeah, we eat and kill animals because they are our sustenance. Like, we feed them, we raise them, and we use them for food, and we try not to be as wasteful as we can, but of course, not everyone does. I don't know how that's the same as, yeah, so because we eat animals, we should be allowed to, like, screw with one. That just doesn't track for me. It's almost as if this guy is saying, like, hey, anything except killing the animal is okay, because the ultimate bad would be killing the animal, because a life has been lost. But as long as it's alive, you could do anything else to it, because we already do bad things to it. So why not just add this in? It's like, no, we're not going to shoehorn this in. We're not going to horseshoe this in. No, sir. Absolutely not. Don't play yourself.
People, and the only reason that people hold a different standard to it is because they're attracted to something that other people aren't. And that is what is absolutely disgusting about this. Anyway, I'm passionate about it because it's huge.
Huge, bro. He's passionate. How big is his passion? Huge, bro. This is disgusting. You're right, Adam. This is disgusting. I don't think you know who is the one who's being disgusting right here.
Huge discrimination going on right now.
Oh no, the discrimination, bro. Lord help us. Hey, we eat animals, okay? And I could tolerate that, because that's just a part of our society that we have to live with. But not one more. No more. We will not discriminate against people who want to have sexy time. We will not do that in this household. Like, who are you?
Are you sure there's nothing else behind this passion?
I stand by these statements. I don't. If I'm crucified for these statements, then 20 years from now, people will look back at this and be like, wow, I can't believe all these people were that stupid to crucify him for those statements.
What a pretentious piece of shit for saying that, bro. If I'm crucified for this, well, you know what? I'll die knowing that in the end, I was right. Shut the fuck up. Bro, shut your bitch ass up, bro. He's so confident of himself. He was so confident.
He literally believes that zoophilia will be normalized in 10 years.
Hell
and he's all for it.
I believe that by making these statements that I am on the right side of history. Is all I'm saying.
He's on the right side of history. So Adam claims he's always...
By the way, like, do you ever notice that people who say, well, you know what, I'm on the right side of history, or they accuse you of being on the wrong side of history, like, the only people who say that are dorks and losers, like people who don't know what they're talking about. Like, they have nothing to say. They're like, you know what? You might be against me, but history will prove me right. You're not going to be there, buddy. YMS, you're not going to be remembered, bro. I mean, you are, but not for the reasons you think you will be. You're not intellectual. You're not a high thinker, okay? You don't have an insight to the fucking beautyisms of movies and fucking the feelings that we can't reach. Unless we have, I don't even know what I'm saying, but you get the point. You're not enlightened just because you watch fucking movies. This guy watches movies. What are we talking about here? He just watches movies. And he's like, yeah, by the way, this is what I really think about you know.
held certain positions. But now it turns out that was false. Not only was he far more supportive of zoophilia in the past, he explicitly identified himself as a zoophilia supporter. He also claims he's gone on these rants multiple other times.
I'll say this again, I went on this same rant in like 20 other videos.
He seems to have some heavy personal investment in the subject. It doesn't seem like a random thought experiment. If you look up the full highlight, his arguments and examples are very similar to the ones he brings up now.
I don't want to. You've done enough, Nickandros. I'm convinced. I was already convinced from the 30-second mark, but yeah, go watch his video. He has a video coming out talking about Mudahar again. This guy deserves more subscribers, man. He's killing it. But yeah, it's so bad. It is so bad. I think because I was watching Nick DeOrio streams, but he put it best. It's like, I think he said something to the effect of like, he would deflect from criticism by saying that like, you don't understand my opinion. And then when you try to get him on a segment of him clearly saying that, he's like, oh, that's not my opinion anymore. Or, oh, I was drunk. So what's your opinion? And then he'll be like, oh, I already stated my opinion. I've already debunked this so many times. And then you have another clip of him saying something even more disgusting. And he's like, well, that's not in context. It's like he has a circular argument so that he can never be accountable or held to anything that he says. It's always, oh, you're taking me out of context, or, oh, that's not what I believe anymore, or, oh, I've learned since then. And I truly do believe that Adam has just learned how to keep in the shadows. Okay, the very fact that he says to us, hey, he doesn't want people doing zoophilia, but then he refuses to say that people who engage in it should go to prison or should be punished by the law, to me says more about him than anything he's ever said about all these other creators, including Rob's Media, again, who he tried to smear as a groomer. And then he tried to, he tried to make it out as though, he was trying to teach Rob's Media a lesson. He was trying to hold up a mirror to him. It's like, no, you retard. You were so bad faith. Shocker. The guy who doesn't think animal lovers should be in prison is not a good faith person.